Transportation sucks up over 50% of the world's total oil consumption, while trucks account for about 7 to 8%. No surprise then that it's become a key focus in the fight against harmful emissions. Internal combustion engines emit a cocktail of noxious gases, notably carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, nitrogen oxides and particulate matter. Since 1990, there's been huge progress in curbing these poisonous local emissions that have a direct impact on people's health, with some expected to drop by as much as 97% by 2008.
The local emissions, the air quality relevant emissions, they can be solved largely by technological means, by putting tremendously good filters on your engines with good, software to manage your engine. You can, to a large extent, deal with these kind of emissions.
But innovation's role in reducing emissions goes much further than just clever engine and exhaust technology.
We use computer optimization to find the best routes for vehicles that minimize the number of miles that they have to run. We use computer scheduling to fill the vehicles as fully as we can. So IT's got an important role to run in this.
These measures help, but economic growth means transport growth, and that means more CO2, a substance not harmful to human health, but thought by many to be a major contributor to global warming. Whereas all of the harmful local emissions have seen an impressive fall since 1990, over the same period, emissions of CO2 have increased by 24% and aren't expected to fall significantly during the next 10 years.
CO2 is linked to energy, to the use of oil, and you cannot put a filter on your truck. So that means, the only way to emit less CO2 is to use less oil. And that is not easy. The Western world is addicted to fossil fuels.
The usual answer put forward is developing alternative fuels, and much research into technologies such as biofuels, hydrogen-based fuel cells and hybrid electric diesel engines is already being done. But it's very early days, and while these innovations could help passenger cars, the trucking industry will remain dependent on oil, since it has much heavier loads to be pulled, which cannot be done with the alternatives being developed.
We don't know what is happening in the future with really new kind of engine. But it's taking time. It's taking 10 years, 20 years to come.
Europewide standards have gone a long way towards pushing the operators into adopting new, cleaner vehicle technologies.
What we need now is governments to give the proper incentives to say, expedite the implementation of these innovative practices and technologies, so that you say with very simple measures such as weekend and nighttime bans. If you have a brand new truck, you have innovative practices and technologies at your company level, well then why shouldn't you be allowed to use that infrastructure at nighttime and on weekends? It gives a real business incentive for a transport operator to buy a new truck.
Some countries are already seeing good results from offering incentives for early adoption. The transport ministers of Europe have introduced a quota system that allows Eastern European trucks to use the roads in Western Europe, provided they meet certain clean engine requirements, which is prompting them to update their fleets much faster. And the Swiss have put a price on every kilometre travelled by truck. The Swiss policy, like that proposed by the European Commission, seeks to encourage a modal shift from road to rail. However, neither policy has resulted in any change in modal preference. Plus, this could just be shifting the problem sideways. All forms of transport need power. Even electric trains require power stations, be they coal, oil, gas, hydro or nuclear, and each has its own drawbacks and environmental impact.